Okay, there it goes.
Okay. Do I look at myself or just look at you?
No, you don't have to. No, don't look at yourself. Just look
Okay.
at me.
Okay.
And stop being so stiff, you know.
I know.
It's just me and whoever I give the link to,
Okay.
right? The link, it's private. It's going to be on YouTube, right? And then it's whoever I give the link to. Nobody else can see it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we'll try these questions and then we'll see how that goes. And all right.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's your full name?
Doris, Jenny, Porr.
Okay. And today's date is what? February 1st, 2019?
This sounds like a psychic test. I had this after a heart attack.
Where was your place of birth?
Camden, New Jersey. At West Jersey Hospital.
Okay.
In Camden, New Jersey.
Okay. And where were you born at home or at a hospital?
A hospital. I'm not that old.
How was your name chosen?
Well, my mother said it was either going to be Doris or Nancy. And I was so lucky to get Doris.
Why Doris or Nancy?
They were popular names at that era. In that era.
Okay. What are your parents' full names?
Charles Lutz Coring,
right?
Kohring, and Edna Millicent, and her maiden name was Shaw, and her married name was Coring.
What was Charles' birth date and place of birth?
Okay, it was July 7th, 1901, and it was in Philadelphia,
and
Pennsylvania.
When did he die?
He died September 30th, 1972.
And he's in Atco Cemetery?
No, he's in right off of Route 70. My memory's leaving me.
It's okay. We have that information. But they're both in the same place, cemetery, the same plot.
Right.
Okay, so what is Edna's full name, date, place of birth? Okay,
Edna's full name was Edna Millicent Coring. Her place of birth, I really don't know.
Her birth date.
Her birth date was March 25th, 1906.
And you don't know where she was born?
No.
Were they both born in a hospital, or do you know that?
No, my father was born in a house.
Okay.
And my mother probably was too at that time.
Okay. When did Grandma die?
My mother died June 1st. I gotta think. 1985.
Right. What did
Good thing you're getting this now. The memories.
What did you should have seen Linda this morning? Oh my God!
Really?
About memory, yeah. But okay, so what did Grandpa die of? What did he die of? Complications of diabetes, I think you said.
Yes.
He had gangrene.
He had gangrene
in his leg.
He also had a touch of that not a touch. He had that mesothelioma, which turned to lung cancer.
Which is asbestos in the lungs.
Right.
Because he was a shipbuilder, right?
Yes.
And Grandma?
He was a
steam fitter?
Yeah.
Pipe fitter?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they wrapped all the pipes in asbestos.
I know, and in a little 2x4 room on a ship.
Okay, and Grandma, what did she die from?
Heart attack.
But it was it a heart attack related to diabetes or
no,
just a heart attack? She always had heart problems. She had angina and stuff like that.
Right. She had a lifelong history of heart trouble.
Okay, so your grandparents, if you can, what are their full names, place of birth, dates of death, if you know anything like that? Cemetery.
This is my mother's parents. Her mother's name was Jenny Shaw, who I'm named after, my middle name.
Okay.
She was born, I think, May 18th, 1882. Wow. And she died of a stroke. And I was with her before she died. I was 12 years old.
Okay.
And that afternoon, she sat in a chair, and I said, "What's the matter?" And she slid down, and I had to call a neighbor, and that night she passed away. She had a massive stroke.
Okay.
And her husband I'm not sure when he died or much about him because they were separated for years and
So
years.
what was his name?
His
Oh, they
name,
were separated.
oh
Didn't know
yeah,
that. See, that is
yeah.
okay. So
He was, what was his name? William Shaw.
okay,
Yeah, and he was, I
place
think,
of birth, anything like that?
Tracy knows that. I really don't know that.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
sounds good. The other grandparents?
Okay, the other grandparents, Tracy knows where they were born too, and I'm not sure of the year they were born. My father's
Well, okay.
parents,
Well, what are their names?
um, Mary Geiger
Right.
Poring, and she died, I think, around 1940. I never knew her because I was born a year later, and he died, I think, the
Is
same
his
year.
name?
Frank Poring,
Okay.
and she actually, they said, died of a broken heart. He died first, and she died 2 months later.
So you didn't know either of them?
No,
Okay. Um, do you know anything about great grandparents?
no,
No,
no.
other than Tracy, right? So,
Right.
um, if any were born in a different country, were any of your parents,
No.
your grandparents born in a different country? So
No.
they're all from here.
Right.
Okay. Um, and most of them are from they were from Jersey,
In
pretty.
fact, my father's parents, they lived in Philadelphia.
Okay.
When he was born, they lived in Philadelphia.
Okay. I remember that. I've seen some stuff for that.
Right.
Okay.
And I think my grandmother, on my mother's side, was born in Cape May, but I'm not sure of that.
Okay. Um, do you know how your parents met?
Yeah, on a blind date.
Holy shit, that's what me and Linda.
Yeah, and they met in ironic. This is so ironic because they met in Kramer Hill, and at one point in my childhood, we moved to Kramer Hill. Before that, we lived in Runnymede, New Jersey, and where we moved to in Kramer Hill, they had met right around the corner in a
Okay.
house right around the corner. Friends they knew.
And okay, and they how did you ever see how they got married? Were there pictures?
Well,
Were they
no,
in a
there was
church
no
or?
pictures. They went to Elkton, Maryland, and got married. It was no big
What's the
thing.
reason for Elkton, Maryland?
I think you didn't have to wait that long
Okay.
to be processed to get married. A
Okay.
lot of people used to elope there.
Okay. Well, I'm going to ask you this next question. It sounds like kind of stupid to
Okay.
me. Are there family stories of lost love, jilted brides, unusual courtships, arranged marriage, or
No,
elopements?
no,
Yeah,
no.
that's kind of stupid. Um,
Well, you never know.
what stories have come down to you about your parents or grandparents, most distant ancestors? Like, do you remember? Did they tell you about the family? That like did anything that strikes you that you remember that they
Yeah, there's one thing I
kind of
remember.
like I'm asking like Elizabeth Warren. They told her she was Indian, but it turned out she wasn't.
Well, the only thing I remember, I guess because I was a child, it stuck in my head. My father had a cousin, Lillian. I forget her name. Tracy knows her name through this genealogy, but she had a brother or sister, I think it was her relative, that went crazy and had to be put in an institution.
Yeah.
And I never forgot that. I used to think, I hope that's not like a blood relative and that runs in the family. But
Okay.
apparently it wasn't. It was somebody in the family married that lady.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but that isn't that weird? Silly, right?
um, who was the oldest family person you personally knew? And can you tell me about that person? I'll tell you, the oldest person. I'll tell you, like the oldest person I knew was like great grandma. You
Yeah,
know.
the oldest part in my family you're talking
So
about, right?
yeah, that
My,
you personally knew in your family,
my grandmother,
and yeah,
and she probably raised us.
okay, grandmother.
My mother's mother.
Yeah, because you didn't know your father's
Right,
because they died.
right, right. My
Your mother's
grandmother.
mother, she raised you. She was the oldest person you knew.
Yeah,
Okay, well, tell me about her. What?
I loved her. She never said a curse word, never took a drink, never did anything outside of God's rule.
Okay.
Like, and but she would. She had a lot of sayings and like time heals all wounds and all these sayings she would say to us as children, but I never forgot them as an adult.
Yeah.
You know, I can't think of all of them now, but she had a lot of sayings and they were true when I thought about it.
Okay.
But I loved her a lot.
Does your family have any heirlooms, objects of sentimental or monetary value that have been handed down?
Well, if they did, my mother threw them all out. Because when we lived in Craver Hill,
Well, then they probably weren't worth anything, but they were
well,
sentimental.
she didn't know. No, some of them were Steins from Germany,
Right.
and my father was a pat rack, and he liked keeping all that stuff. And we also had a bag, not a bagpipe. What do you call that? What Indians would?
A peace pipe.
Yeah, we had that.
Yeah.
We had a lot of different things, and one day my
And she
mother,
just chucked it.
yeah,
Well, how
people
old was
did
she when
that.
she did that? Did she know any better, or she just thought it?
She thought they were junk.
Oh, okay.
They
Okay.
annoyed her, you know.
They annoyed her.
Like, get this stuff out of here, you know.
Okay, so this one says
Oh, we also had a policeman's club. I don't know where that came
a
from.
billy club. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know what happened to all that. She threw it. Wasn't that
Okay.
sad?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this says who is the family historian? I would say that's probably Tracy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You're next.
Well, we started together, and then she got the bug more, and
Yeah.
um, let's see. Hit stop. We'll check it out.
Where is it?
Move the mouse on the stop button. Here, we'll check it out.